Terminated. Water fountain. Next. Hairy shoes.
The smell of spray paint.
I'm high, dude.
No.
So fucking high.
What is it? I mean, 420 has its own thing. Do people that huff paint fumes have their own cool number?
Is there a national? Let's see. Is there a National Paint Day?
National Paint Huffing Day?
Let's just see.
You want to get high?
You want to get high? National Painting Week.
Oh, we get a whole week? Damn.
Let's see. Is there a National Painting? February 3rd, American Painters Day.
What about paint huffing?
Well, you need a normal day,
Right.
and then you make it.
That's
the
how
thing.
you find out
Yeah.
when to make a fun day.
Get ready to celebrate the vibrant and diverse world of American painters on February 3rd.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Just missed it.
Paint.
We just missed it.
God damn it. Next year.
Yeah, just spray painting the wall outside the studio, and you know how that goes. Episode 46 of Can You Don't Podcast. If you want the bonus content, the merch discounts, pick whatever tier is right for you and support us on Patreon. It is a big help to make sure this podcast keeps doing what it does.
Doing what it does.
Yep. Patreon.com/CanYouDon'tPodcast. If you are surfing the web and come across something you want to send in, you're like, these dudes would love this, or a petty beef, or a confession. You got a secret you want to get off your chest, or a new memory that just came to you? That email address is heyguys@CanYouDon'tPodcast.com.
Did you say if you have semen you want to get off your chest?
Sure. I mean, you don't have to tell me
Use
twice.
a towel, brother.
Yeah, no one wants semen on their chest.
Do people
Forever.
have do you have like a cum towel that just is in the
rag?
bedroom?
No, it's a towel that's been used, and then you just kind of use it a
Maybe
couple
hanging
times
on the door.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, let me get that for you.
Yeah, get up, dig through the laundry. You're not gonna go grab a clean towel for some cum.
What am I, insane?
What am I, a laundry connoisseur?
The least,
a good one.
least laundry I have to do, the better.
Yeah.
The more coming I do,
better.
great. But the less cleaning up, I've got a laundry.
God,
What?
Something. My dad almost said that.
I think maybe I need to get snipped. That way I don't have to worry about.
Clean up.
Yeah. I just don't trust it. I got to say,
Yeah.
I know somebody who got snipped and still got pregnant.
April Fools.
Yep.
Yeah. Fuck. We just missed this when this episode comes out. April Fools is over.
Painter's Day and
Right.
God damn it.
We are extending the merch giveaway. Popular demand. We had some people reaching out. They're like, I want to buy some shit. Getting paid towards the first of the month. Can you guys? Yeah, okay. That's all you had to say. But a lot of people picking up the merch at CanYouDon'tPodcast.com. So we are extending it a little bit, and we did add some more merch. You can check it out right now at CanYouDon'Podcast.com. And a reminder, that merch giveaway is, if you are selected at random and to be entered into the drawing, all you have to do is buy anything off the website. Of course, excluding the free Can You Don't ringtones. That does not enter you in.
Nice try.
Nice try, dude. But that'll get you in. We'll pick someone at random, and then you can make the decision to either send us something, we will sign it, and we'll send it back, whatever you want.
Fuck
It
yeah.
really doesn't matter. And then, whatever. And then if you're like, that's too much responsibility, we will pick something at random, sign it, and we'll send it to you. So there you go.
It's going to be a toilet seat.
It's going to be a what?
A toilet seat, I'm sure.
Oh, I guess you heard epilepsy. I was like, I don't know how you sign a seizure.
See,
It'll be shaky.
it would be.
Yeah, it'd be hard to sign someone having a seizure. Hold on, let me help. And you just like sign their forehead, and you're like, just out here doing Lord's work.
That's right, brother.
Click your pen, walk off. You're like, who the fuck was that?
Just as quick as he came, he's fucking out of our lives.
Right out of there. You pulled an update from Shane.
Yeah.
What's this all about?
He said, he's referring to last week's episode.
Okay.
Let me zoom this in so I can read this without fumbling all over it.
Well,
Well, at least the best I can.
You just put all the pressure on yourself
I
with
know.
that one.
I can 100% say that people have banged listening to your podcast. Yeah! The girlfriend and I have done it quite a few times, as a matter of fact.
What?
Hell yeah, dude.
What gets you in the mood with this one? Just having fun, hanging out, listening to a podcast.
As we have learned, people
I guess
can get off pretty much on anything.
As I've learned, just being alive. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Mm-hmm. Doesn't really matter what's going on around me.
Sometimes maybe we're talking about plowing or banging. And it's like, like at least as a guy, I don't know how it feels as a woman, but like little blood flows, you get like a little tingle in your pecker, and it's like, all right,
let's give it a whirl.
Something's got to happen. I'm gonna go rub it out or something.
Yep.
Like that's all it took was just like a thought.
All it took was me opening my eyes this morning.
Wake up. Hey, I guess I better go jerk off.
Man, I am in the mood. What happened? Cereal?
I woke up.
And we talked about, remember it was on the Hey Look What I Found months ago now, but it was the dinner in the sky.
Yep.
And we had a great conversation about this particular company. They have different little hubs all over the world where you sit around a table that is picked up by a crane and then suspended 100 feet above the ground, and you enjoy a nice dinner in the sky. And we joked around about, you better hope your ex isn't running the crane.
Right.
But we were sent an update about dinner in the sky, and one of the cables snapped. No one died, but it went a little wonky. There is video if you're interested, but if you
don't get to see the video?
I mean, there's just not much to see.
No one falling to their death.
No, it just kind of got shaky, and then everyone's like, "We almost died," and it was like,
yeah.
So they did have a little more than just one cable holding it up. They planned for it. So let me know when.
That's enough for me to not want to do it.
Yeah.
Never go up there?
Nope.
Failure. I mean, roller coasters have exploded. Never going to go on a roller coaster again?
Nope.
Well,
Zach.
There's just something, I don't know. I remember when I was a kid and they like bungee jumping was kind of taken over. And I remember they had one like a big tall crane at the fair, and people they would lower the thing, strap them on, and then lift the thing up, and people whatever. But I remember
and
thinking
those
like
disappeared for a reason. What happened?
Like I remember people doing like, what are like, I get a rush, but what are you doing? It's the fucking naked guy from last week too. Like he's like, no, I'm not going to test it with rocks. I'm just going for it.
Yeah.
That guy's nuts.
Kyle.
Yeah, dude. With a name like Kyle, like you've set yourself up to be either NASCAR driver or fucking rock plunger guy.
Or jumping off and rope swinging hundreds of feet naked in some canyons. I don't think Kyle sent in an email that isn't fucking just, he's out there doing it. And I'm
envious.
I hope it doesn't happen, but the emails might stop from Kyle.
Yeah. But what a way to go.
What a way to go.
Guys like that.
You didn't die in a cubicle at like 50 something.
Guys like that that's like that. If I go out smacking into the side of a mountain, great. I don't want to be an old guy and can't wipe his own ass. So
I hear you.
But I'm not putting myself in a position where I'm running in the side of mountains. Maybe I need to do that.
Yeah, you're hedging your bets.
Maybe I need to do the mountain thing now.
I don't know. Maybe you should go skydiving for my birthday.
Maybe at 60, that's when I'll start.
For my 60th?
Yeah.
If I have to wait 20 years?
I feel like by the time I'm 60, I'm probably ready.
To jump out of an airplane?
Yeah. Because if it happens, it's like, well, saw my kids grow up.
All right. All right, let's move off. Let's get the show rolling. Ready?
Sure.
All right, Zach, you start it.
Hey, shut up. Start the show already.
So just like we mentioned, emails from our son Kyle are always a little adventurous. Emails from our son Seth, when they pertain to like starting questions, always going to be a little bit of a fucking nightmare. Seth, hope you're doing well, buddy. Ready?
I'm ready.
Would you rather have your cum be the cure-all drug that fixes any disease, but it has to come directly out of your pee-pee? Or have 10 years to live unless you lick 100 buttholes, but they are specific buttholes, and you don't get any clues on whose butthole you have to lick.
So you show up to the office and they hand you an envelope and it's just got a name in it?
See, I think that's where we have to maybe whittle back Seth's experiment. Because if we're looking at odds of 100 buttholes, and I'm assuming human buttholes, right?
Yeah.
Because he didn't say that. If we're just going buttholes, it could be an ant butthole.
I'd probably rather do an animal butthole.
What?
They lick themselves and clean themselves.
Just fucking cupping your hands around an elephant ass? Is this the one?
I don't know.
Is this number one?
I don't know.
And then nothing, that the magic counter doesn't go ding, you're like, fuck, I'm going to prison.
Oh, wait. But they're specific. Oh, so you just have to lick a bunch of buttholes and hope you get. I thought it was like you don't know which one you're licking until that day. Like you get Jeff's butthole today, so you got to go lick Jeff's butt.
And I'm fine with that too. Like Seth just left it open.
Well, that's better than just licking buttholes, hoping you
10
guess,
years
right?
hoping you lick the correct 100 buttholes. So you're spending a decade.
It's your whole life
with your death looming. Right? The Grim Reaper's following you around being like, you think that one's the butthole?
You say, you like that butthole? Huh? That tastes good? It's the wrong butthole.
Well, wrong again, Joe. And you're like, just fucking, just dehydrated, crawling on the streets, holding up a sign, be like, please let me lick your butthole.
He's standing there with his battle axe, whatever the hell that thing is.
I think we have to kind of redraw the parameters. This would you rather.
I think it needs to be something like I mentioned where you wake up in the morning and like you don't know who, but you'll get sent something in your mailbox. You walk out your mailbox.
Why do you get 10 years? So
right.
So we got to figure that out.
Well, because it'll probably take me 10 years to lick that many buttholes.
But what if we like draw? Maybe it's like in the zip code of where you live.
You'd knock that out in a week.
You'd think, but you're gonna have someone that doesn't want
you. I mean, you.
Oh.
It's going to take me the full 10 years.
But, man. Okay. So there's the people that they refuse to let you lick their butthole.
You need consent. We got to remember that.
Yeah.
You can't just...
Right.
It's just not like you go into Taco Bell and go behind the counter and the chick's bagging up a lunch and you just rip her pants and start licking her butthole. Can't do that.
You would be losing your mind. Okay, let's say you're like, okay, whatever. I'll pick the 10 years, right? And you're like, it can't be that bad. And you just live your life as planned for, I don't know, 6-7 years, and then you're looking down the barrel of the gun. You're like, holy shit, I got 3 years left right now. And what I'm saying is like this little hunch thing that you'd be playing on. You're going shopping and you're like, oh, and your mind's playing tricks on you, and you're looking at this fucking cowboy, and you're like, I know that's one of the buttholes. And you walk, he's like, ding, I got any chicken thighs. These chicken thighs are expired. Ding. And your brain's playing tricks on you. You're following him home. You got like
you're a stalker.
Yeah, you got the grocery bag, like a baguette, some spaghetti for the kids. We have to follow this cowboy home on a hunch. And you got a tranquilizer dart.
He's heading back to the ranch, which is way out there.
He hops out of his dually.
Yeah.
Ding! And you roll down your passenger side window. Excuse me, sir. He's like, yeah. Just hit him in the neck and then walk over there and go and lick his ass while his family's running out of the rancher.
Or is it more like a Dexter thing where you sneak up and stick him in the neck?
I guess
and then take him back to your...
No matter how we cut this, but also thinking about the cure-all drug for children's cancer is you shooting cum in their mouth.
Well, can we eliminate... Oh, it can't go directly into like a vial.
No,
it's got to go into
come out of your pee-pee.
Well, yeah, I got that, but I assumed it was like you come in a vial and they're like they put it into a syringe,
like a sperm bank. No,
just on some kid's back.
It has to go in their mouth, I guess.
It's
a cure-all for everything. Okay, sure. Giving back shots to a fucking 6-year-old. God damn it, Brian.
I didn't pose this question.
I know. I said something worse before that and then tried to frame you.
Yeah, I mean, you walk into like the children's hospital. What do we got today? And he's like, well, we've got a kid here that's got like 3 days to live.
You got a preemie. And you're like, oh.
Well, a preemie wouldn't be that bad. Preemie doesn't know the difference. I'm more worried about the kid that's like 7.
Why does Seth do this?
Like 7 years old, and you walk into the room and there's balloons in the room and his parents are sitting in there and everyone's waiting for you to come in there and like the family's sitting off to the side, the kid's laying in the bed and you're like, all right, here we go. And you pull in your pants, you start wrenching away while everyone's watching.
I just have the worst thoughts.
You're just like, hang on.
Two thoughts. I have to get them off my chest, and I already feel bad about what I'm about to say. The hospital knows how important your semen is. Mm-hmm. So they're helping you disguise it to not make it as bad. First one, you're you're laying under a drinking fountain. And your dick is sticking up.
It's kind of like a glory hole type of
through it, and it still has the metal protector guard.
Yeah.
And your dick is just through it.
Yeah.
And they dress it all up, and you're like, this is the fountain of youth.
Does the kid have to do it?
Sure. So you're like, I need you to go jerk off that drinking fountain. But like now, hopefully, they don't know what it is. They spray paint it with chrome. If you want to live, you have to stroke the silver.
It would look like
worm.
the Tin Man from Wizard of Oz, basically.
So anyway, that's a little separation. That's great. Other one was the same idea, but they have two hand puppets, like a puppet. They're put on a puppet show. But one of them in the middle is your dick, that is also dressed up like a puppet, and they do a whole performance. And at the end, like to try and save this kid's life, he has to walk up to the puppet box and like eat the dick puppet's head. And the pressure's on. You have to come right
You
then.
have to time it.
And that's going to be a mind fuck.
You're like, oh, I'm ready. And they're like, show's not over yet.
We're only halfway through.
The climax of the play is, yeah, but I'm ready to climax. We're not ready. We still have a whole nother, three acts. We're only in the second act.
And this dick, like, it's getting hard and then limp again. Yeah. It's just edging. Oh my God, is the third puppet crying? No, it's just pre-cum.
Oh, he's got a tear in his eye.
Every play involves Cyclops. Oh man.
I like those ideas more.
Thank you.
Because it gets the kid involved and it's a little more playful. Because I'm still visualizing like being like you walk into the hotel room and everyone's looking at you. They're like, oh, Bryan's here. Everyone's clapping. And like you have to walk up and just perform. And what if you can't get hard? What if the husband's like, go help him out? Like what if you have to get her involved?
Oh my God, that like consultation beforehand. We're like, this is our last option. And the doctor explains it to the parents. The kid is like, whatever, put under, laying in a bed. And they're like, and he explains it. And they're like, Bryan. And you walk in. What's up? Like wearing a Mariners cap.
Yeah.
And shake their parents' hand.
So I'll be administering the semen,
the injection.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay. You're like, all right, yeah, no, you guys have fun. Don't worry about anything. And then they're walking out. They just hear your belt. God, that'd be fucking what a terrible situation. I might just accept that I have 10 years and just do that.
God.
Like, that's it, man.
I mean,
let's make this the best 10 years ever.
As a parent, you'll do anything to save your child. So if that's what you got to do, you're gonna do it. But man, and the confidence that you'd have to walk in there with, like you can't walk in just like, hey guys,
this ain't my first rodeo.
And you're like, I guess I'm gonna be jerking off into your kids.
What's your kid's favorite color? And like their favorite like animal. They're like, why are you asking that? Like it helps me.
Yeah, it helps me. They're like, God, dude,
you are the best and worst person I've ever met in my life. And you're like, tell me about it.
Yeah, I mean, think about this.
You're so depressed.
They would roll out the red carpet for you. Like they send a limousine to your house. You come rolling in to the hospital, park in the way of the ambulance.
This parking spot reserved for Bryan.
Yeah. It's a extra long spot so the limo can park in there. Yeah, I mean, you come rolling up for work that day. It's basically,
hey, Janet.
Yeah.
Everyone knows you're just gonna come.
Gonna go save some kids today, huh? Yeah, that's the plan.
You guys doing the puppet or the drinking fountain today? You just do one of these. You're just like, I don't know.
Flipping a coin.
I don't know. We did the water fountain yesterday, but I'm not against it.
You guys working on any new material? Nah, just the same old stuff for now.
It's getting a little stagnant. Just jerking off in kids' mouths.
The kids seem to enjoy it.
But also the other way around. I'm thinking about my dad with brain cancer and me coming in my dad's mouth. Anything else you guys want to talk about?
Well, did you make your decision?
Yeah, I think I'm picking 10 years and just probably not chasing around buttholes and just going to die.
Yeah, there's three options here. So you can just die.
You basically either my God, I can't believe I'm saying this. So your options are jerk off into a bunch of cancer kids' mouths, or you have 10 years to live.
Or you have to live with the fact that you could be curing all this shit and not do anything. Right? So, like, you have this superpower.
Oh, right.
And you only have to help.
Another kid just died and you could have saved him.
And you're just sitting there in your house being like, just forget it. Just.
Do you see one of those commercials like, in the arms of the angel?
If you donate now, you get a free fleece blanket.
And if that starts making your wiener hard, because you're like, well,
better get down to the children's hospital. Yeah.
Instead of crying and being sad, it turns you on.
Mm-hmm.
That's dark.
It's a lot.
That's really dark. I'm probably just going to do the 10 years to live. I don't know if I could walk into a room.
I wouldn't even try to lick buttholes. Like, unless you're in a small town where 100 people live.
I would have to know. There has to be some sort of like a.
But if it's the whole planet, there's no fucking way.
There's no way. There has to be some sort of like it's in the county at least. Like it's got to be narrow it down somehow.
There's got to be hints.
So you're not just licking random buttholes. You'd have to do it every day. All you'd be doing is just licking buttholes.
Hoping to extend your life. Mm-hmm. God.
And let's say you get one, you're like, fuck yeah, dude, it took me 2 years to get one. You're like, I have 8 years to live, and I got one.
Yeah. But you might get lucky and hit 8 on a St. Patrick's Day parade.
That'd be nuts.
Dude. You just had a feeling?
Yeah. I wish I could take care of all this today.
Head down to your local half marathon charity run.
You could, yeah. Everyone that crosses the finish line, you just start
But again, chasing down people that don't want you to lick their buttholes.
But they're all sweaty. They've been ran in a half mile.
Yeah, dude, you got 8 years left to live. You get used to it. You'd have an acquired taste.
So my options are jerk off into a bunch of kids. Don't jerk off into the kids and live with the guilt of not doing it, or just licking buttholes every single day, or just dying in 10 years. I think I'm just going to take 10 years to die.
Yep, I'm in. Zach?
I think maybe wait till the kids grow up and save them if whatever. But yeah, maybe. I'm just going to die.
Well, that's the whole children's hospital. They're dying as kids.
I know, but you can save anyone.
You're going to be a busy man. You can save anybody, not just kids. That's just the bottom. That's the hardest one to tackle. Like if you're just going to an everyday hospital with fucking 30, 40 somethings.
I guess if you could just accept that kids are going to die and you wanted to go.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what if you went to like an old folks home?
Right. Fucking.
You're saving war vets with your dick.
Yeah, but they lived their life. They did their. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to save kids.
If I'm going to do it, I'm going to make it really weird. Yeah, I get
it's going to be weird for a minute, but the kid goes on to live his life.
True.
So I'm going to die in 10 years.
Yeah, same.
All right, cool. All right, let's move off. What are you thinking about, Zach?
Hey,
What's up, babe?
what are you thinking about?
Nothing. Actually, you know what? I'm thinking about a lot of shit.
What are you thinking about?
Nice. Just let it fade out.
Yeah, well, there was like a but I wasn't sure if that was part of the sound effect or not.
Yep.
What am I thinking about, Joe? I'm thinking about Teslas.
Okay. Just fantasizing about them?
Yeah. I get a lot of people tagging me in Tesla stuff. It's usually like this what a Tesla driver how the Tesla drivers does that. Yeah, it's usually something very effeminate or full on just a homosexual.
Hey, Bryan, check this out. It's just literally two dudes fucking. How Tesla drivers have sex. And you're like, what? I mean, some of them, I guess. I think dudes are just as attractive as the next guy. But I'm not going to go licking his butthole if I don't have to. I hear you.
No, so it's when I first got the Tesla, it was funny because all the reaction on here on here it's fine because it's meant to be fun.
It's funny.
But then I remember talking about it like when I first got it, we were still recording in Coeur d'Alene. And I'd be driving to Idaho. And as soon as I would cross the border into Idaho,
into God's country.
Yeah, into God's country. It was like I felt very alienated. It was really weird. Like dudes in trucks would just roll up, just fucking rolling coal. Because it was like, fuck you and your EV and your environmentally conscious liberal fucking bullshit. And I was like, and in my head, I'm thinking like, I just like these cars. Like this is a cool car.
Look how simple it is in here. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to go for a race?
Yeah,
Smoke them.
Yeah.
This is called ludicrous speed.
I wish I had ludicrous speed. But it was like, I was like, whatever, because that's just how people are. But I'm just a guy that bought a car because I thought it'd be fun to have a car, who actually had a truck before I got, so that's a different story altogether.
You sold out, Bryan.
I know, brother. But it's, so I've always kind of like had to not deal with it because it's not a big deal. I don't really care, but it's always something that's like in the back of my mind. Like when I roll up to a construction site or something, it's like, look at this fucking guy in his Tesla.
How are you going to get that 2x4 home in your fucking asshole?
Oh, God. Yes. Because I grew up in a town where you had a truck.
Mm-hmm. And for
We've
people
always had trucks.
And a lot of listeners, I mean, they're from all over the world of this podcast. But if you're from a city, Tesla is way more popular and common.
Sure.
Than the Pacific Northwest. So the Tesla population in Seattle, which would be the west side
Very
of
high.
Washington, versus the east side, which is more the Inland Empire, shares like Idaho border, which is only 45 minutes through the panhandle of Idaho into Montana.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's
They
just
stick out.
it's a different vibe. There's a lot of country out here.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of tractor driving.
That's right, brother.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, I used to drive tractor, brother.
I hear you.
I ain't opposed to gas. And, that's right, brother. I just thought
opposed to gas.
I
or
just
nothing.
thought it'd be fun to drive a fast electric car, not have to get gas. That's my whole thing.
Yep. Ding. It was farther away.
Whoa, that was way far away. So, but things have changed recently.
Okay.
And I think it's hilarious and frustrating all at the same time.
For the better.
Yeah. So so from just like base, like strip everything away, black and white situation, I get the Tesla. It's from a political standpoint, conservatives fucking hate me. Let's just say that. They fucking hate me. Environmentalist, electric piece of shit. It's all about oil and rolling coal and shit.
Yeah.
So you have that perspective.
And the EV landscape has changed since you've owned the Tesla.
Sure.
Yeah.
But from the other standpoint, from maybe like the liberal, the more quote unquote progressive standpoint, environmentally, whatever, I own that car and it's like, oh, look at you. Thinking about the future, thinking about our children, even though batteries and all that, they're whatever.
How virtuous.
That's that's just like the plain black and white viewpoint is like, look at you, electric, all that kind of shit. You're helping the environment. That's what the liberals think about me.
Okay.
So the conservatives hate me. Liberals think I'm the best person ever.
Gotcha.
Don't look into coltan and lithium.
Zoltan.
It's all good.
But things have changed since Trump got into office. And Elon is in there. Things have changed a lot. So what's funny is when he's like, drill, baby, drill. He wants oil. He's not ready for electric. And he's very open about that, which is fine. I don't care. Have your gas vehicles. I don't give a shit. Elon, CEO of Tesla, is now buddies with Trump. So if you've seen anything going on in the news or anything, if you've just been out there, you have all these like Hollywood actresses selling their Teslas and getting rid of it because of Elon. They think he's a fucking Nazi and they can't stand him. They hate him. He's the worst fucking thing ever. And
the vandalizing.
Yeah, they hate Trump. And so they're like, and so all that shit that's going on. And I wasn't really clued into it because I don't care.
And meanwhile, Brian's like, gotta go record a podcast about dicks.
Yeah. Like I've always been.
Head into the studio.
Yeah. So yeah, where I'm driving, a week ago or a week and a half ago, and sometimes there's protesters or people that are just lining the streets and they've got their signs and waving at people and they're like, it's whatever the cause may be, whether it's Ukraine or Palestine or Israel, all that stuff's going on. There's always something. So I'm driving downtown. And it's a bunch of like, stop Elon, all these like you
roll the window down. You're like, he doesn't even live here.
I know.
Yeah,
that's what I want. Yeah. So those people that were like, good good on you thinking about the environment. You go. Like great. You're we love you.
You're one step closer to Jesus.
Right. Those same people, I'm driving downtown in my Tesla. They're having like stop Elon, all this kind of shit. And I'm sitting in the spotlight and they're screaming at me and yelling at me and calling me a Nazi and flipping me off. And I'm sitting at the stoplight drinking my coffee. Like, the fuck is going on? I rolled down the window. I was like, what? And they're like, you fucking Nazi. You blah, all this kind of shit.
I don't even like him.
I was like, what are you talking about, Nazi?
I don't like him.
I used to play Wolfenstein.
You have a friend that's a Jew.
Yeah.
Right. And I used to play Wolfenstein. I used to kill Nazis.
Which is why he's a Nazi.
Right.
Yeah.
That's thanks, bro.
And I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
Mm-hmm.
The same people that loved me and praised me for having this car are now screaming at me and telling me that I'm a terrible person and I'm a Nazi and that I'm just a piece of shit while I'm sitting at the stoplight drinking my coffee. And I'm so fucking confused.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very sophisticated worldview, so, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't people's mindsets boggle. It's crazy to me because it's like, it's one thing. Let's say you don't like Trump as the president. Fine. The other people didn't like Biden when he was president. That's just how shit goes. But when you shift your opinion about someone you have no idea who they are based on your new thought process, based on the next thing, the next cause you're jumping on or whatever. And so they're out vandalizing Teslas. They're like, people are going by, they're just keying cars. They're denting them, kicking them, things like that. They're catching them on camera all over the place. They're vandalizing the dealerships. They're doing all this kind of shit.
The charging stations.
Yeah. And it's like, it boggles my mind because you have this, so like, I hate Elon, so I'm going to go trash Teslas.
Just some dude's car.
Yeah, some guy that's just going to work or like doing whatever. A guy that you thought was a great guy before because you thought he was environmentally conscious, all that kind of shit. The same fucking guy. Now you're out vandalizing their car because of your weird fucking perspective of shit now. And so that person's got to go take their car to get it fixed, spend money, get their windows fixed. All the vandalizing at the dealerships that are happening, you're affecting all these people that are just regular people going to work, and Elon's laughing at you the whole time because he's trolling your ass. You think you're getting to him, but what you're doing is ruining shit for just regular fucking people.
Right.
And so I just don't I don't fucking get it.
Okay.
And
some people can only engage in politics if there's a really distinct good guy and bad guy. Like there has to be a Gargamel stealing Smurf berries kind of thing for them to know what to do. It's oppressor versus oppressed always.
But
very simple.
Yeah.
But isn't it kind of weird? So like, I know I'm kind of like generalizing here, but like the Palestine and the Ukraine, all these causes that end up happening, you have like these left wing pro-Palestine anti-Israel mindset, and they're like spray painting, they're vandalized, doing all this kind of shit. And then, but those tend to be like left-leaning people, which are the people who are buying Teslas because they're trying to be more, whatever the cause may be, environmentally safe. Then your perspective changed on how you hate the guy that's the CEO of a company. So now you hate that company, you hate that guy, but you're calling him a Nazi, and the Nazis killed Jews, and you were just criticizing the Jews because of your pro-Palestine.
Isn't politics
like
fun
what the
and
fuck?
necessary?
How, it makes my mind go boom. Like you completely forgot about the cause you were just on. You changed your cause, which contradicts your previous cause.
Yeah. Well, I mean, people want to fit in, and they find a group that supports what they believe in, and then they double down or triple down just as hard to fit into some sort of pocket, right, that supports their views, and then they have action and whatever that may be. But like doing a full circle about all of this stuff is, if you think a product that you buy is 100% clear of any of this bullshit, then you better just start living off the land.
Don't look into Ford or Dodge.
Just don't look into anything ever.
Yep.
Because somebody along the line probably did something pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they
and I get a lot of the frustration, because there is that frustration that's out there about like Elon Musk. Like it is a little weird to hear this much about somebody who nobody voted for, that all of a sudden has this power and has this like whatever, like right-hand man tied to what a lot of people think would be the most powerful position in our country. Like that is weird. I mean, good for him. You did it.
He wheeled his way in there, dude.
But like, so I get it. That is weird. Like, but that's a different topic than products that this guy has made. Not liking the guy on his own, I get that. But again, circling back in, that if you think that just because you bought a Tesla you are a Nazi, then you need to expand how you interpret your own feelings and also the world.
How can people not realize, like,
a lot of people can.
I know, but
a lot of people can't.
How do they not take into consideration maybe this guy's had a Tesla for a year or two?
Okay.
And so, like,
right, but now they're looking to trend and do something that's popular now. Like, it just doesn't make any goddamn sense.
They were waiting for you to show up, buddy. Don't worry.
God, but like, that's they don't have it. They don't have that. But again, when it comes back to all of this, there is these people, the vocal mic, like they're making a bunch of noise and a bunch of shit happen. But there are the majority of us that are in the middle looking at both sides and being like, that's weird. That's too far. Or like, this guy's doing all this and nobody's doing anything. Like, there's always these two swings, but the majority of us are in the middle being like, that's fucked up. Like, a lot of us
agree.
Are just like, I'm not going to vandalize. And I don't know this fucking person. You can hate Elon Musk all you want, but everything he makes, if you buy it, I even light it on fire.
Mm-hmm.
Stop it.
and for all you, just
Knock
take
it
into
off.
consideration that the people that are buying these products, like if you,
like Michael Jackson,
if all these musicians or whatever, if you really stood by your principles and said, I'm going to boycott for whatever, if it goes against your true principles, you wouldn't have any fun. But you wouldn't go buy your cameras. You wouldn't go buy your shit.
And there's a difference between like Michael. I don't know. That just popped up. Michael Jackson similarity would be you are like, okay, there's enough evidence to show Michael Jackson was doing some weird shit at Neverland, right?
I don't see it.
So there's all that, and it's one thing for you as a consumer to say, I'm not going to buy that anymore. However, if you were downtown and you heard fucking Beat It blasting out a window, don't go over there and set them on fire.
You light the restaurant on fire.
Or cut their ears off.
Yeah.
Okay? So you do you.
That's essentially what's happening.
Don't buy Tesla. Don't do whatever you want to do, but you don't have to go out and vandalize or cause any violence over shit that has nothing to do with you. That's the end. That's the end result. That's the middle road. Make your impact by boycotting it yourself. If someone else do it, you can voice your opinion. But what you don't do is set their car on fire.
Yeah, because that person is just a regular person, most likely.
Like you said, it's a fucking cool car.
It's a cool car.
I last thought, I was hoping that when you drove past the protesters and you're like, fuck you, because the Tesla can do the farting noises.
If I would have put it in park and had time. Yeah, dude. Fuck yeah, that would have been awesome. I should have done that.
You'll get another chance, don't you?
I
worry.
will. God damn.
Well, I hope your car doesn't get vandalized.
I'll tell you what. So this isn't because of all this, but we're doubling down and getting my wife. One. So
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're
don't get the Cybertruck.
Not only are we not getting rid of our Tesla, but we're getting another one
and probably saving money. In the long run.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And who knows? Maybe it'll all flip right back around by the time 2 years from now.
Relax, people. In Tesla stock has, I think it's cut in half. So he's hurting.
He's hurting. You're doing a good job. It worked. Just don't know if you had to
don't
vandalize people.
Just don't vandalize my car because you hate him.
Yeah, like some bank. Like you found out some bank guy was doing some shady shit. You just found out what bank gave all loans to homes and set them on fire.
Yeah, you go. Yeah,
it's like I just wanted a house.
Yeah.
This was the only bank that would give me a loan. And he's like, yeah, well, you're a fucking Nazi. And just burn your house down.
Yeah.
Stop it.
That's where we're at.
I know.
We're just catching people in the crossfire because of you're weird shit.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not like that came out wrong. Not your weird shit.
Have your beliefs.
You
just
can
don't
have your
touch me.
beliefs. Don't fuck with other people's shit.
Yeah,
that's really what it comes down to.
Yeah.
So
good
seems pretty straightforward.
It's a good point.
A lot of those people don't believe in private property, so good luck with that.
Yeah. Well, I hope it gets better for you, Bryan. And
it's fine for me.
I hope you don't have a Nazi symbol keyed into your car.
Well, it'll record it, and then we'll be able to
do something
about that person.
Yep.
I'll go shoot him with a BB gun or something.
Sure, the Spokane police will be right on it.
I'll take business into my own hands. Try, brother.
All right, moving off to Dick. Zach!
Is it dumb? Is it interesting? Is it cool? Then it's Dick.
This isn't funny. Sent in by our son, Jack. I cannot imagine going this far, and I don't know how important it was to get on this flight. But you ready for some fucked up shit?
I think so.
Woman told she couldn't take her dog on flight, so she drowned it in an Orlando airport bathroom. What the fuck?
Forget the people vandalizing cars.
Oh my God.
Way worse. Is that the little puppy right there in the video?
Yeah, a video.
Aww.
So they had like obviously security video of this woman with the dog, and then she was told she couldn't bring the dog, went to the bathroom, and then came out and there's no more dog. You guys want me to read it? I mean, this just shows you.
I want her address.
I know.
Kill all the people you want. Don't kill a fucking dog.
A Central Florida woman was taken into custody after police say she killed a dog and left it in a bathroom at Orlando International Airport
back in the trash.
Back in 2024. So we've just been living our life, you know. So try not to get too worked up. An arrest affidavit from the Orlando Police Department says on December 16th, Alyssa Lawrence traveled to the airport with her white dog, Tywin, for a flight to Colombia.
Why is it relevant that the dog's white? What if it would have been black?
That's fine. A brown dog.
Is that a hate crime?
I think so.
Black dog?
Man, that'd be great if she got pinned on that too for this shit. Lawrence didn't have the right paperwork to allow the dog to board and was told she couldn't take Tywin with her. Lawrence is believed to have taken extreme and tragic action by killing the dog, the affidavit says. The Orlando Police Department said officers responded to the airport on December 16th about a dead animal found by an employee inside a women's restroom. Officers were taken to a trash bag where the dog, accessories, and the dead dog were found.
His little squeaky toy or whatever?
I just can't, dude. And
you fucking kidding me, dude?
A woman who was working at the time told police she saw a woman, later identified as Lawrence, sitting on the bathroom floor of a stall, cleaning up a large amount of water and dog food. Which I'm guessing she used to lure the dog into
give this bitch the chair.
Yeah. The employee said she had to tend to an emergency elsewhere, and when she returned, she saw Lawrence exit the stall and leave with a purse and a suitcase. That's when the employee removed the trash bag from the canister and found the dog. I know. It pisses me off so bad. Like, I
wish you wouldn't have told me this.
You're welcome. And I wish Jack didn't tell us this. No, but okay, this is what I'm pulling from all of this. Obviously terrible. Is there... You guys ready to have a little moral dilemma?
Careful.
Is there a situation where, okay, you didn't have the paperwork and maybe you knew it, but you were going to hope for, like, you didn't want to just leave the dog behind. Is there a situation where it was so important for you to get on that flight and head to Colombia that you would drown a dog or kill a dog in an airport bathroom?
No.
Nothing.
No, because you just leave the dog.
No, this is right.
Leave it in the bathroom. Like, shut the door.
Someone else take this, right? You don't have to kill it. So that's fine. Didn't think of that.
How would you not?
No, but I was trying to...
This dog is going to die. What's the best way to do it?
I was trying to frame, like, is there, like, your kids are going to die. You're about to get, like, if you don't get down here and for this hearing, you're going to get $200 million. And if that fucking dog's alive, I swear to God.
Here's the only... Because I've thought of this dilemma before, and I've even thought about it with your own kids. The only time I could think about
Would
something
you kill
like
your own
this.
kids before a dog?
So
Back to you.
no, so let's say I've asked my wife this. She's like, don't ever ask me this again. So like you're in your house.
She goes, God, I wish there was a fucking bed in the garage.
You're in your house and someone breaks in and with the intent to kill your family, and you know that's their intent. You're hiding in the closet.
They
and
have
the
a name tag. It's like, hello, my name is, I'm going to kill your family. Yeah.
And the dog's like whimpering, and it's like if the dog, if they hear the dog, they know where you're at, and they're going to kill your family. At what point, like, what measures do you take? Like, can you suffocate that dog so your family doesn't die? Like, I think that's the only time that I could ever imagine just like willfully killing something like that, where it saves everyone else. Even though as hard as that would be, it saves everyone else.
I mean, if you do it right, the dog can wake back up, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but in this scenario, the dog has to die.
This intense situation where you're just like timing how many times you choke out your tiny dog.
Right. You know, like when you're like you get into a fight and you put someone to sleep, like you can do it where they wake back up. But no, this has got to be like, it's the only option is death.
Okay.
So like that's the only time I could even consider.
Dog's gotta go.
And the dog is willing to die for your family, most likely anyway.
Well, then throw the dog at the robber, and then
but they know you're in the house. This is like we got to let this. They can't know that we're in the house.
Throw your dog.
You just throw the dog and run,
and it does that wiggly thing that it does.
It's like
trying to land on its feet.
It's upside down, so it's flailing. Like when you pick your dogs up and they can lay in your back. You tried that with my Yorkie. I've never picked her. She's never been on her back like that.
Just won't do it.
A lot of dogs, like cats, you just lay them back on their back and then you can get their belly. I've never picked her up and like tilted her back because she probably feels like she's gonna fall to her death.
Vertigo.
Yeah. So
she goes, "This is it. After everything I've done for you."
Yep. All the times I barked out the window when an old lady was walking by. And you told me to shut up.
I've alerted you that the tree branches are moving. Yeah. And this is what you're gonna do to me?
Anything can happen when those branches start moving.
So my dad used to always say.
Yeah. So no, give her the chair. That's the
yeah. Okay.
She deserves the same fate.
Okay.
But slower.
Yeah, there's no workaround. She just has that thing where if I don't get you, no one gets you. Which I don't know where that thought creeps in, but it creeps into a lot of humans' brains.
I'm gonna kill this woman because she doesn't want to be with me anymore.
She doesn't get to be with. The thought of them being with someone else is
I'd rather her be dead
than be with someone else.
Yeah.
Their brain I don't have that in my brain.
Well, it's the same brain.
Because you're not a narcissist.
But there's a lot of people that do.
But there's that.
Right?
There's also the thing that tells you, like, you could have those thoughts. We all have weird, dark thoughts. It's it's the acting on them.
Yeah, we open the show with coming in fucking baby mouths.
Like nothing about me wants to go jizz into some 6-year-old's mouth. But there are some people that don't have that thing in their brain that says that you can't do that, and they'll just go do it. And that's when you get pedophiles.
And that's when you kill a dog in an Orlando airport bathroom.
It's not that I might not be attracted to the children. Okay. I just don't act on it. See the difference?
I do. Anything else you want to say?
Acting, the act is really what it comes down. You can't persecute me for my thought crimes.
Yeah.
I got to act on them.
Yeah. And this lady killed a fucking dog so she could go on a flight. She just want to deal with it. Just let the dog be like, hey, I have to get on this flight. This dog's yours now. I don't want this dog. Like, bye! And just sprint off.
Let it loose. No one's going to know it's yours.
Yeah. Take the collar off. Leave it in the bathroom. Get the fuck out of there. I mean, security cameras, you get in trouble. Like, you left your fucking dog here. It's like, I also got on my flight, dude.
Is there any...
what I see is a win-win.
Right.
So,
if you getting on that plane was so important... the ramifications of leaving a dog at an airport are minuscule.
Yeah.
When you get back to take care of that, like she's just a piece of shit.
Yeah.
There's no way around that one. And I usually try to give the person the benefit of the doubt. It's hard for me to do it on this one.
We're staying in the animal kingdom, kind of, but this one just, I don't know. It made me laugh. It's just so goofy, but I had to share it on the show. But it says bizarre image of cartoon duck mistakenly attached to mass termination email baffles fired employees. God dang, dude.
What a quack,
Dude, in the picture, if you're not looking or not watching on YouTube, it just says U.S. non-California duck.
Yellow. It's a little
yellow duck. It has a
duck.
picture of a tiny little yellow duck. So how the fuck did this come to be? Well, I'm going to tell you. Digital payment software giant Stripe accidentally sent a PDF image of a cartoon duck to 300 employees it was attempting to lay off.
Stripe is a big company.
Mm-hmm. As an attachment to their termination emails, resulting in some accusing the company of adding insult to injury, which I get. Like, you're losing your job, and you're like, oh, and you're just staring at your email, your computer, like, what am I going to do, my family? And then you go and open the attachment. It's a fucking non-U.S. California duck cartoon. It's just like, what the fuck? Who did it? How the fuck did it end up there? So on Monday,
Copy paste maybe on accident?
I don't know. But who's sending this just to, like, how the fuck did that get there?
Maybe it's like a little fun thing. Like we send each other memes or whatever. It's somebody.
So 300 of Stripe's employees is making up about 3.5% of its workforce. However, some of the employees
3%.
received a PDF attachment alongside their termination notices of a cartoon duck alongside the words U.S. non-California duck.
What does that even mean?
I don't know. Fucking blue-footed booby. Fucking U.S. non-California tit suck. Furthermore, the notices contain incorrect termination dates. Stripe confirmed that the inclusion of the duck image occurred in error and was not intended to soften the blow.
I know your life's going to be in shambles, but here's a cute little duck.
Here's a cute little duck, so
send you on your way.
Fucking suck it up. As some social media users guessed in a statement provided to Business Insider, employees expressed irritation at the incident, taking to a internal Stripe group on the Blind app to criticize the company. They believe the mistake was a indication the comms to those laid off were flubbed completely. Okay, so they were chatting. They're like, "There's no way they would fire us," and then with a fucking picture of a cute little duck. They're like, "There's no way, right?" And they're like, "Yeah, dude, I've been fucking working my ass off." And then Stripe's like,
"Be a joke."
Stripe's like, "No, it's real. Sorry about the duck." I mean, we don't know how the fuck the duck got there, but you guys are fucking out of here. And I do love this one quote. I don't know who they are, but I guess Twitter or X or whatever. Drop out. He goes, "I now identify as a U.S. non-California duck." God. I mean, you know. So if you thought your day was bad, at least you didn't get terminated and have a cartoon duck.
Watch these people run out and start like kicking ducks now. Going down the pond and there's fucking kicking ducks.
Get them out of here.
That's wild.
I know.
I mean,
it made me laugh. I mean, shit happens.
You think it's an accident, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But how it got there, but then, you know, we're working in like the creative field where you're downloading all sorts of crazy shit from the internet. And a lot of times when you're grabbing different things, they name them the same thing. It'll be like image 1, 2, 3, 4, and it just keeps going. So maybe whoever was tasked with drafting up the termination email was like, "Oh yeah, no, I know it's image 4. And they clicked on it. They meant to put some sort of little signature, and instead they put a U.S. non-California duck.
Well, and also with HTML, things like that, anything can happen inside of an email. Like it could pull a file based on the code, whatever. Like, yeah, there's all sorts of weird shit. If what's funny about this is if it would have been like we're having an ice cream party. And then the duck, non-California duck, the intent of the email.
We're having a company-wide pizza party. Everyone's invited except U.S. non-California duck. They're like, what?
No ducks allowed.
They get there and the whole break room's full of U.S. non-California ducks. You guys can't be here. Oh, God. I explicitly said, okay, everyone, get them out. And they're getting the fucking U.S. non-California ducks out. No pizza for you.
We should turn this into a shirt.
The U.S. non-California duck?
Yeah, and maybe like 1% of the proceeds could go to the people who were fired.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure that would really soften the blow.
That was kind of the joke, though. It's like,
I get it.
We make like $10,000 on the shirts and give them like $50. Yeah. Split it up between 300 employees.
Yeah, everyone gets about $12.86. In the email that we send to him, we also put U.S. non-California duck, but with like a hat. You can buy yourself a new hat
with a monocle. Little duck with a monocle and hat.
All right, well, we got a little beef to get to.
Ooh.
We want to roll into it?
Yeah, fuck it.
Zach, well, thank you. Violence in the court.
You are now entering the petty beef courtroom, where all sides of some bullshit will be heard and evaluated. The people are real. The cases are real. The rulings are final-ish. This is Petty Beef.
So this email was actually full of a bunch of stuff. It had like would you rathers, and it had responses to other things, which so we'll just at some point we're going to take this email, cut some sections, and it'll go, but this was a specific for the petty beef. So Devin saw the rest of your email and just took part of it.
Just didn't make sense inside petty beef.
Exactly.
Okay.
All right.
I miss it already. Hold on. There it is.
Yeah. Okay. So Devin says, me and the missus argue over lots of silly little things, but the main one is next weekend considered 3 days away?
Okay.
So today being a Wednesday that we're recording.
Got it.
It's kind of accurate. Or is it 10 days away? She says next weekend means 10 days out or means the following weekend.
Okay.
I say next weekend means next weekend.
It's all caps.
Yeah. Next weekend! You big dumb bitch! The weekend after next is 10 days out. What do you think? This is something I've thought about.
Which I think we've also, it's been a couple years, but we've brushed on this as well.
Did we?
Yeah. And I think that I go back and forth, and I think an interesting little tidbit about this that is the day that you say the word next weekend. Okay? So I hear you. I hear what you're saying here, Devin. So Wednesday, that's a good borderline date, right?
Right.
So if it's a Thursday or a Friday, and maybe if you guys can tell me why I think this, if it's a Thursday and you say next weekend, now I'm skipping.
Yeah.
Okay. If it's Monday and you say next weekend, I don't think I'm skipping fucking 12 to 13 days.
You're talking 2 weeks. What is it, a fortnight now?
Gosh dang, man. You tell me.
I'm going to wait a half a month?
Yeah. What? So this next weekend.
Well, you just said this next weekend would that complicates things even more.
This upcoming next weekend after this one.
Yeah.
I think it's this weekend, no matter what day it is. It's
this weekend,
and then next weekend would be.
Yeah.
So
yes,
if it's on a Thursday, it's this weekend, not next weekend.
You are right. I hear you.
Even on a Monday, it wouldn't be next weekend. It'd be this weekend.
Okay. But they said like next weekend means next weekend or the weekend after next. Fuck all that. Like weekend after next.
Too complicated.
My brain would be like, I'm like, I can't.
That's 3 weekends away. Because if you say the weekend after next.
Is that next year?
If you say if you talk like next weekend is the following weekend, you are now talking not this weekend, not next weekend, but a third weekend ahead. Like that's what you're saying.
Dude, after this weekend, after next weekend.
Yeah.
Right after that.
At the end of the month.
Like, dude, I'll just see you in August.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what you're getting at. Zach nailed it. That's how I operate. This weekend, next weekend. But I have messed up that communication with Cassie, who is a, like, type A planner personality. Mm-hmm. When I'm like, yeah, no, that's next weekend. Right? And it's like, what if it is the weekend before? Like, it's Sunday. And you're like, yeah, that's next weekend. It's like, is that now? Do you say
if
this
you're
weekend?
in the weekend? I think next weekend's got to be this
next weekend.
It's got to be the upcoming. If you're on the weekend, the previous weekend, it's got to be the upcoming weekend. If you say next weekend,
this next weekend.
Because if you were on Tuesday and you said next Tuesday, you mean next Tuesday, not the following 2 weeks Tuesday.
That's a good point.
So, I think.
Okay.
I thought of this as weird. Go ahead.
I have to throw this last thing in. So let's again going back to a Wednesday, and you say. Okay, so next Tuesday, that's the Tuesday that's coming up, right?
Yeah, it's the upcoming Tuesday. So here's the thing.
Zach, what do you think about that?
Yeah.
It'd be this Tuesday.
If it's Wednesday and you're like, all right, this Tuesday, isn't that kind of confusing?
That is confusing.
But if you would say next Tuesday.
I think I would, yeah.
See?
Mm-hmm.
You done found the loophole.
So
bro.
why do weekends What's going on?
It's
all bullshit. Everything's bullshit.
What the fuck is it?
It's the only thing this applies to is the weekend, and I've always thought about that. I think we grew up. I remember being like, why do people? I remember thinking people say that, and I'm like questioning why they say that. If I'm talking about this upcoming weekend, why would I say next weekend and then mean the next? Because the next thing, like if you're
probably because it gets like weekend gets a clump of 3 days, right? It gets a Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Sure, but I still think that's ridiculous. If you're talking about like if the next person in line isn't the person in front of the next person in line,
it's the next
person in line. Like imagine you're at the DMV and they're like, all right, next person. And like the one person skips the other person. Wait, no, I said the next person. Yeah, I am the next week. Mm-hmm. He's this person.
No, you're the next after the next weekend after.
Right.
And you're like,
so it only applies to the weekend, and so my oldest, who's 9, it's funny that we're talking about this because somewhat recently I remember saying like he takes everything literally. Like I'm going to run this store. He's like, why don't you just drive your car? I'm like, but sometimes people say, or I'm like, it's 8:45. It's 8:42. He's like, no, it's 8:42. I'm like, when you're an adult, you just start rounding, So I remember somebody said next weekend and they meant this. And he was confused because to a kid, there's not a lot of things there's black and white.
Welcome to hell, buddy.
Yeah. So you just like, why overcomplicate things? But I do agree. If it's like Wednesday or Thursday and you see next weekend, I think most people would assume the following weekend.
Yes, it would never be that weekend. Huh.
But I always say like this weekend. Like,
did we help? Have we helped at all in this petty beef? Or we just bring up more examples of how it's so confusing? That's
all we did. We just stirred the stew.
We're like, here's how worse it can be. Hey, thanks for writing in, Devin.
If I have to pick a thing that I would think it would be, I would say that let's just not talk. Weekend after next. Mm-hmm. Don't say next weekend.
But one thing that cannot ever be misinterpreted is this weekend.
No, that should no.
So if you are talking about an upcoming weekend, do this weekend, right? That's where it is. And I think where the confusion comes is within the rotation of the calendar, 100%. Because, the one that we work with, you look at it, a Sunday to a Saturday, opposed to, why the fuck isn't it just one big line from Monday to Sunday? It doesn't have to do any of that shit. I don't know why we do it, but we do. And that's where a lot of the confusion comes in. Because there's just a loop over right in the middle of the weekend. When every week could start on a Monday and go through a Sunday. And then every single, that's the next week.
Well,
every Monday
that's
will
not
be the
how
next
the
week.
Lord operates.
Okay.
Yeah!
The Gregorian Lord.
Yeah, it's, I don't know, it's weird. Because it's been all these years where, 41 years old, and I could still say next weekend, and someone will still say, wait, do you mean this weekend or the next? Like, we're still having those conversations.
The weekend of the 3rd.
How have we not just set a standard?
Think about you're at work on Monday, and you're like, I'm looking forward to this weekend.
This weekend.
Not the next
Not
weekend.
the next weekend.
I'm working this one.
This
I want
weekend.
Friday to party.
No, if you ever say this weekend, that'll never be messed up.
Let's just get rid of next weekend then. Let's get rid of the word next.
Okay, get it out of here.
So if we're going to say, let's say we're not going to the lake this weekend, we're going to the following weekend.
The following.
Just say, we're headed up to the lake, not this weekend, but the next following. See how you say that?
Yeah.
Because we're so primed to say next. What if we just get rid of the word next and say, I don't know, something like, hey, yeah, when you go to the lake, we can't make it up this weekend. We're going to go to the following one.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So fuck next.
Yeah, get rid of the word next.
Woo! We did it. Devin, did we help? I think we did a good job.
Yeah, probably not.
Okay.
Or get rid of the word this. And
or only just cut out the weekend.
Or only think about life in the terms of a week.
I can't feel my face when I'm with you. Sorry.
Get rid of the word next. That's the easiest thing.
Okay. Well, we'll take it. Well, that's the ruling. If I had a little gavel noise, I would do it. This will work. That was great.
Let's see.
What are we doing? Yep.
Just got condensation all over the place.
High production value. I was hoping it slipped out of your hands, and I saw that you had fingerless leather gloves on. I was like, that's not going anywhere.
It's not going anywhere.
All right, let's take a look at some good news. Zach!
So you're telling me there's a chance?
Hooray, we aren't doomed.
Yeah!
Hey, Joe, speaking of good news.
Yeah?
This episode comes out next week, so we'll be a week into the season.
Yeah, weekend after following next after.
Yeah. But tomorrow, from where we are right now, is opening day for Major League Baseball.
Go Guardians.
So hopefully the Mariners will still be undefeated and on their way to a World Series championship.
Yeah. Well, Guardians will see you on the way. See you on the trek to get there, baby.
See you in the playoffs, brother.
Yeah. I'll see you next after the following.
Yeah,
I'll see you next until I'll see you in October. So this is a cute story, and then there's a little video of it that just did make me laugh. But there's certain things that every kid should know, right? You learn about it in school. Like one that pops in my head is like, it doesn't take a lot of time, burn it into your kids' brains, like the importance of having like a fire escape route in your home, right? You're like, hey, when shit goes down, like this really cool, calm, collected dad that you see right now is going to be fucking going nuts, right? And you have to know how to get the fuck out of here.
You got to get me out of here.
Yeah, I'm going to be... Ah! I'm gonna be on fire in the closet, choking out your mom because her screaming is driving me crazy.
Right.
And we're probably gonna die.
The dog's been if this happened, the dog's been dead for a week.
The dog's been dead for a week. Your mom is fucking screaming. I'm on fire. Here's how you get out of the house. But like just like certain things like that, right? And I've always thought that CPR would be one of those things that, like, why? Why not?
Might as well.
And whether the knowledge sticks or not, at least you have some sort of general idea of what to do. And sometimes that's enough to save somebody's life. And in this particular situation, a 9-year-old boy saves his friend from choking at school.
God, it's my kid's age.
And
that's
says,
wild.
I just did my thing. So it goes on to say, quick thinking by 9-year-old boy in North Carolina helped save his friend who started choking at recess. Jason Branch was playing basketball with his friend Danye Moore, 7, at Raylan Oaks Charter School when a surveillance video shows the younger boy starting to choke.
Raleigh.
What'd I say?
Raylan.
Oh, Raleigh, sorry. According to WRAL News.
Non-stop action news.
Non-stop Heimlich maneuver. Moore was eating a granola bar and began gasping for air when Branch stepped in to perform the Heimlich maneuver. The outlet's surveillance footage shows the older boy reaching around the second grader's body to perform 2 compressions, allowing him to expel the food and breathe properly. So first of all...
We should have been playing basketball and eating at the same time.
Yeah, well, tomato, potato, right? Kids will be kids. And then I was like, okay, cool. Why every kid you learn, and I'm not sure what age, but just like that, make a fist, grab it, belly button, pull up. Okay. And so this whole article talking about the heroics of this young boy, which is great because as you see, the majority of the kids acted like fucking kids do. And we're just like, whoa, dude.
What's happening, dude?
Dude, I asked you a question. How come you're not talking?
Why's your face blue?
Yeah. And then he just walked up and did the most nonchalant Heimlich maneuver you've ever fucking seen in your life. Watch this.
Oh, it's on video?
Yeah. So he's choking and watch. All the kids are like, and he just goes, there you go. And see ya.
And then just walks off.
He just puts his hands up.
He's like, see, that's all you had to do.
Yeah. And then they all just stand there.
Trying to say, hold on, but he couldn't because he was choking. I didn't know he was actually choking. So I just did my thing.
So good.
The 9-year-old did do his thing. He performed.
Get over here. Squat, whap. All right, you're alive.
Stop complaining.
And he just puts his hands up. He's like, yeah, it's that easy.
That's all you had to do.
You have to go to school for this? It's fucking stupid.
Hell yeah,
man,
dude, that's
I know.
Sick.
But just not
Save
panicking.
that kid's life.
And I'm not sure how your kids are. You've got 2 little ones.
They would have died. No question.
And Pepper has gotten better, but I cannot, the couple examples that I have seen where shit is going down, one of which was when Ezra was choking. I have never seen a kid with a faster flight response in my life than Pepper. Literally sitting next to your brother. I'm in the kitchen and your brother is choking and Pepper takes one look and sprints out of the room. Like, doesn't stand up, doesn't say, like, help, help. Just takes one look, goes, this is serious. And I mean, she was like probably like 7 or 8 at the time. And guess what? Fuck this. And just sprinted away. And her running is what made me realize, like, what the fuck? And I looked over and Ezra was choking. So I just went over and pot, you know. And I'm not, there's still like a little like, you know, so it wasn't completely blocked, but just got that fucking food out. And then he was super scared of eating noodles for a really long time. Bet. And it wasn't even noodles that he was fucking choking on. But those, that's the autistic brain. That's the mind game that, you know, fucks with you when you start choking on things. But there was that one. There was another one like where Ezra fell and hit his head really bad. Like clearly like on the concrete. And Pepper just looked at him and then sprinted across the yard. I was like, running away from it doesn't do anything.
It gets your attention, though.
But that panic, I know, but this particular one, I don't think I was like right there. Like, help the kid.
Yeah.
And then she's like, I don't know. It's like, you could be 400 miles away. Like that, like you have to just do something. And she has gotten better. She doesn't like just bail on everybody the second something goes wrong.
So she would, like, if the guy broke in to kill your family,
she would run out.
Yeah, and then she'd be like, they're in the closet, and run out.
Yeah.
Jump through the window.
Yeah, jump out the window, then pop back up and be like, they're over there.
Yep.
Okay.
Look, family.
Well, good job. Good saving your friend. Good saving your friend.
He was Jason?
Jason.
Jason.
Yep. You guys want to see something gross I never thought about?
Dude.
Okay. Zach!
The internet is pretty wild. Depending on your browsing habits, you can either experience something super cool or go to prison. Crazy, right? Let's check it out together as a couple. Hey, look what I found.
Yes! That's awesome! Hey. So you know how some articles you find or products that we find here on CanYouKnowPodcast.com.
We're not going back to Etsy, are we?
No. You wish. Especially when you see these bad boys. But you have like a train of thought. Right? You have a setup to a story on how you found yourself to the product.
Sure.
I don't have that. These are hairy stilettos. What the fuck?
Oh, that's gross, dude. What? Oh my god. What the hell?
So it's an art thing. You can't buy these.
Okay.
I'm sure if you track down the artist
with
yeah,
quotes.
But like, I mean, it did its job. I mean, if we're just looking at art, this does a lot more for me than some other fucking art.
Oh, dude, that's so whack looking.
And if you're hearing our reaction, you got to look this up or head over to the video version on YouTube of the show.
I want to see just an attractive woman wearing those.
If you look up hairy stiletto art, like it's like a wispy balding man, but also balding ball sack look.
Yeah,
it has like a
little pubescent.
Yeah, it's not full. The stiletto, the back part, isn't that what it's called? What's the long part of a stiletto called? I would assume the stiletto, because without that, it's the shoe.
It's a stiletto.
It's just the leto.
You need the stuff.
Yeah,
I'm gonna type that in.
It's a little. I don't know. The stilt. It's all wavery and skin colored. Oh, get in there, Zach. Do you love it? Oh, here's a really close one. Look at this. They want to show off the fineness of the.
Oh my god.
And they have like the art exhibit has them tied in a rope and suspended from the ceiling.
It's called a counter or quarter that supports the heel.
Yeah, I don't like that. I'm gonna call it a leto.
Yeah. Counter quarter. What? That's fucking stupid.
You guys got to see this shit. I looked up other hairy stilettos just to add to my NSA.
Oh, is there more?
No, not like this. They have like hairy ones, but it's like, come on, this is you got to gross me out.
You can't have like if it's kind of like the balding thing. If it's a full head of hair, that's not. I mean, that's not weird.
Yeah.
It's got to be like stringy, falling out
little
hair.
Wispy comb over type.
Yeah.
Yeah, a comb over stiletto.
Comb over stiletto. Yeah.
Just
count
over the top of your foot.
Come on over,
stiletto. Anyway, go look that shit up. It'll creep you out. It's a great way to ruin your day. Let's hear from the kids.
All right, let's hear what you guys think.
Really? You want to talk to me? Wow, that's cool.
All right. Our first one is coming in from our spicy jambalaya son.
Ooh.
Yeah. Hey, fellas.
Oh, hi.
I know you guys have been there, but I just lost my dad this week.
Oh. Well, that took a turn.
The music. Doot, 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 doot.
Anyway, I'm going through one of the hardest times of my life.
Yeah.
All right, read the room.
Okay. Read the email first.
Oh, yeah.
He was 85. Oh.
Oh, I tried to push the same. Just kidding, Jambalaya.
He passed asleep in the nursing home and hospice with my sister by his side. So, I mean, that's a good way to go.
Yep.
We were taking turns staying with him because we knew it wouldn't be long. In 2019, right before the pandemic, we lost my stepfather. He was at home on hospice with my mother and the hospice nurse there with her. Both times you guessed it, they were picked up in a minivan.
God, dude.
I want something else to pick my dad up when it's time to.
I know it's all about the room. In back. I want something else
to pick my dad up.
Like a gold chariot. I don't know. That's a hard one to.
Just laying the body by a case of Diet Coke.
By Fanta.
Yeah.
When you like a Target pickup, you just throw it in the back. You open the back and there's just like a gurney laying back.
Hurry up! I got to drop off. Someone ordered Taco Bell. Put it next to the number 3.
Oh.
All right. Back to you.
My stepfather in a white town and country, and my dad in a black one. So,
okay,
a little bit different.
Town and country is a step up from an Astor van.
Yeah,
love that.
Yeah,
at least they have some respect for the dead wherever you guys are.
And he was a stepdad.
Okay,
stepdad got the nice one.
That's nice. Must have been a good stepdad.
I totally get why the funeral homes use them. It's innocuous. Yeah, it's an innocuous vehicle that no one pays attention to. When I saying that about all these people like going out and buying black minivans because they're like, dude, this is fucking sick.
This will make me nothing.
And the guy's like, yeah, very innocuous. Like no one's gonna see you.
No one's gonna care you're alive. You're like, just what I want.
Sold. I'm gonna be listening to Goo Goo Dolls and fucking.
Yeah, you can crank up wherever you want. No one's gonna fucking care you're there.
Do they sing? Sings that Goo Goo Dolls?
No.
No,
that's Semisonic, right?
Yeah.
Is it?
Wait, no.
That's semi-charm kind of life. It's not Goo Goo Dolls.
Third eye blind.
Third eye blind.
I thought it was third eye blind.
Blind Vines.
Yeah, three blind mice.
Three blind minds.
I don't know. I knew it was third eye blind. Why did I say that? Because I don't know. Fucking idiot. When I was leaving nursing home with my sisters, the black minivan was parked outside the main entrance. I saw it and involuntarily chuckled.
It is hard not to.
Well, especially now, like
I know
all these people that have heard this story, and then you see it, and you're like,
"This show has ruined everything."
It really has. Anything that had any meaning is gone.
It's gone.
I got a little side eye from my sister. Well, we were too upset to go into that story. I can't imagine them rolling up at a nursing home in a hearse. Thank you for making me laugh on a really tough day. Spicy jambalaya.
Yeah, well, thank you, jambalaya.
We feel for you, dude.
We do.
Sorry, brother.
It's a lot.
But as, we couldn't not laugh and joke about it because wouldn't be the show if...
And that's also how you get through.
It's the only way to get through.
It is. Our second email coming in from our kidney stone passing son, Brent, who writes, "Hey, Joe, Bryan, and Zach! I'm sitting here listening to Meatus Hole, Giant Cube, Cotton, Emergency Donuts.
Exhibit A.
God. I've never used the word meatus in my life. I was like, you gotta put that in the title. Oh my God, get out of your fucking Meatus Hole. Yeah, falling on the what we talked about insults, I think, last week on the bonus thing. Anyway,
Meatus.
You fucking Meatus Hole. And the part of peeing out a golf ball came up, and I couldn't help but laugh. I've been through 2 kidney stones. They have put me in a hospital. The first stone I had was about 10 years ago. Oh. I hope he's doing well.
He's a vet, though, when it comes to this stuff.
Was a 6 millimeter kidney stone.
Oh, man. That seems small, but I guess it's,
it depends on that penis hole.
Yeah.
And it was the worst pain I have ever been through. That one I passed naturally, and that sucked ass, but it failed in comparison to the second one I dealt with recently. The second one was a 9 millimeter. He's just going up.
Yeah.
He's like, how big can these stones get?
Well, the next one should probably be 12.
Mm-hmm. I had to drop to my knees in front of the couch and put my chest on the seat cushion. So if I passed out from the pain, my wife and mother-in-law could pick me up.
Shit.
I was hospitalized and had to have a stent put in, but I could not figure out what to compare it to until you guys said pissing out a golf ball. I lost it laughing. You guys are awesome. Can I get a sexy honk? Thanks, Brent. I really do hope I never get a kidney stone.
Right? It's up there with the...
I'll never forget. I think I even said this last week. Just like my friend's dad, just a grown man when we were younger, seeing a grown man like on the ground,
just gone
in tears and pain, like thinking like, what the fuck is going on with this grown man?
Who did
and
this
it was
to you?
That. It was this
My
tiny
own dick!
It was this tiny little thing passing through him.
Oof.
It was ingrained in my brain.
It makes me like
it was ingrained in
if you're
his
watching
dick.
the video, I'm sorry, but like it just made me like kind of punch my dick.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I was like, oh, you
careful, it might punch back.
Don't you dare.
All right, let's wrap it up. That's episode 146. Heading off to the bonus stuff.
Fuck yeah, dude.
If you have something you want to see on the show, that email address is very simple. You say, hey guys.
Hey guys.
At canyoudon'tpodcast.com. Rate and review us wherever you listen to podcasts. Thanks to Uncle Zach for producing today's show.
Yeah.
Check out everything he's doing over in Scatcast World.
No, thanks.
Okay.
Any cards or anything like that? Cards? Or what are we doing?
We're in the ice walls, but we do have our brand new
yeah.
card set coming out in mid-April.
Okay.
Yep. You guys will be featured in there, too.
Fuck yeah.
Wow!
Yeah, all sorts of autographs and fun cards.
Okay, that's the one. We signed those. It's fun. You know, you work in this world. Like, we literally, that was months ago. That's just how long it takes the preparation to get this shit going.
Yeah, and we got more for you to sign, too, coming.
Okay. Scatcast.com. That's scat with a K. Reminder that we have that merch giveaway going on right now. We extended it a week, so if you're waiting for payday, head over to canyoudon'tpodcast.com.
Got those posters in there.
Yep,
now.
new merch. We
Those
got t-shirts. We got the Death Awaits poster that's in there. I guess go scope it out. You guys ready to wrap this thing up? Fuck yeah.
Put a bow on it, brother.
Good God. Wrap it up already, huh?
What did the man do when he found a whistle in the sewer?
Hopefully he didn't put it in his mouth.
No. He took it home and blew the fucking shit out of it. So stupid.
That's gross, too. The waterlogged sound with.
What do you mean, what'd he do? He took it home and blew the fucking shit out of it.
Duh.
That was it. I know. All right, that's it. Let's do the bonus stuff.
Okay.
All right.
Fuck yeah, dude. Like end it or whatever.
Yeah, you do it. You say, I think, what do you do? You go, bye.
What
or
do we
whatever.
do? Oh yeah, bye. I forgot.
I know. Fuck yeah. Let's go.